Orayo, ALAFIA to all my family out there. So happy to be here with you today to have the discussion with us. What we're going to be talking about today is somewhat not light topic, and I think that I don't somewhat talk on a topic that I like, do I? I don't think I do, but never mind. Each to their own, I would say. But today feels like I'm kind of stepping out of myself a little bit. But I just feel like it has to be done. Somebody has to do it. So I feel in my heart that I'm not necessarily stepping out of boundary. Anyways, what we're meant to be talking about today is witchism or witchism. Well, witchcraft, you know, it's a part of our life, but people don't talk about it, and people don't, and those who talk about it, they approach it from a good end, if you know what I mean, like some witches program that you watch on TV sometimes, whereby, you know, they're considered good witches. So yeah, but for me, I'm not kind of looking at witchcraft from that aspect of things, from the aspect of witchcraft being part of the rooted problem that Africa is facing and the people in it. Someone was just saying, before I even go into this topic, I need to do a little bit of research. So I went and did a little bit of research about witchcraft, but in this case, it's like, because I saw a program about witchcraft some time ago about Ghana, about children being accused of being witches and things like that, and older people being taken to some sort of witch camps and stuff like this. So I just, because of that, so let me do research, and it was a whole lot of, plenty about witchcraft, which obviously concluded that it is necessary that I, have this conversation with us. And before I start the discussion anyway, I'm kind of trying to see how I can, be myself awesomely at the same time, and putting the Father forward as I know in my heart, the universe has instructed me to. So there's the serious side to make it light, because at the end of the day, what is going to build Africa is not anger, mostly it's laughter, joy. Now, witchcraft. What is it? I'm going to check dictionary and see what dictionary actually say about what witchcraft is. I guess I'll do it and come back and, explain to us. But from my little experience of witchcraft or witchism, to me, witchcraft and witchism is the same thing, only WHICH and WITCH. To me, they're kind of the same thing, But obviously, that's an opinion of mine, and everybody to their opinion, And so I have a little experience of what witchcraft kind of is from a child aspect of thing. Like you see, innocent people being hurt or having harm done to them, HARM done to them, just because somebody decided that they are a witch. It could be children, it could be an older person. For me particularly, it was an older person. And anytime I remember that scenario, it's not nice. And just to watch a video about some sort of Ghana witchcraft, which was just 2 months ago, a 98 years old woman was kind of brutally murdered because she was accused of being a witch. and that is still happening today, that's like, nah. Seriously, these are one of the things that we need to stamp out of Africa. And it's not necessarily going to be done by being brutally hurting people, because most of these people that you're doing harm to are just simply innocent people. And as according to IFA ELA, witchcraft, just as most things, is just witchisms. It's an ideology. You know, just like many things that is happening in the world from time even today, is an ideology. And somehow people who put such ideology forward have a way of making it happen. And the only people that get hurt as a result of this ideology most of the time are innocent people. When a person is branded a witch, what does that even mean, for crying out loud? When we look at it from a very, basic aspect of things, it's not surprising when one consider witchcraft as how would you call it, as a confusion, or creating a confusion or a distortion or a distraction. But some would like to, but because something happened in their dream, they will take responsibility for things that has nothing to do with them. And for some odd reason, there's never been I think last week I talked about, say a lot of stuff about racism, but we never really, and when we talk about racism, we only relate it to colorism, if you like. Human being labeled with colors, which is obviously certain group of people are at the receiving ends of such label as well. And but somehow it just came to me that, hold up, this racism that we're talking about, it just doesn't end with colors. There's racism between men and women. But I mentioned that according to the clarity IFA ELA has given me, it is not African culture. Racism is not African culture, or we can even call it, it's not human beings' culture. It is just things that men put together. And most of it, and I'm not badging it, men, and I'm not men hate. I give honor to every forms of life. So please, let's be clear about that. I give honor to every forms of life. So racism definitely extends beyond color. There's racism between men and women. And when men put stuff together, obviously women is at the receiving ends of that type of racism. Just the same way as when certain color put things together, a black color seems to be at the receiving ends of heel treatments. So why did I mention that? Just so we can connect. You can see the similarity of racism there, because a lot of the time is men that accuses women of being a witch. And who are those men that accuses women of witch? I won't even want to mention, because they know themselves. And to top it all up, I have been had a man speak one time, and he says, you want to marry a woman. You cannot find a woman to marry unless you marry a witch. So what he's literally saying is every woman is a witch. Mentality right there. And this person I'm talking about actually have a wife. What kind of relationship do you think he's going to be having with his woman with that kind of mentality deep down in his soul. What chance, for goodness sake, does his wife have of having a genuine, beautiful relationship with such man? How do you think such men view all women? And funny enough, it can be argued by nature of menism or ideologyism, branding things name and men making it to do what they want it to do for them at the expense of women, if you know what I mean, which is really what racism is. What chance then does a woman have? And irrespective of how in the Western world, true me they added, some women have tried to glamorize witchcraft. It still doesn't make any difference really, because that mindset is embedded in a lot of men's mentality. And building Africa, to me, it's not difficult. To me, it's building the world. So we cannot leave Africa out of the planet that was created through Africa. And for Africa to grow, these are one of the things we need to look at and we need to plug out of our society. And definitely not by hurting our children or our mothers. So people who are the culprit of this such world that so much have hatred for women, it's time for them to start really looking at themselves and start to make things better. It will start from one man, and one can actually say today, maybe not much, but some men are standing up to actually represent themselves in the light of energy of life. They can call it any other name other than IFA ELA. However, when your heart is good, remember that is good is a heart that will never be taken that must never be taken advantage of again. So we really need to first of all even have to address what love is, and secondly, to be good, you have to first of all learn how to be good to yourself. We have to learn it, because being good was supposed to be good to everything else except yourself. So to be good, one has to learn that you have to be good to yourself first before you being good to anyone or anything can even make sense to energy of life. So witchcraft is part of the embedded problem that is going on in Africa. And there's no way Africa is going to grow if we don't look at this aspect of the problem plaguing Africa as well. So that we will stop killing our children and our mothers because somebody called them a witchcraft. If you want to file all this that I'm talking about, it won't even surface. I won't know about it, because what I just said now briefly, people have made witchcraft a culture. Are you trying to tell me that IFA ELA, meaning energy of life, brought culture to us so that we can be killing ourselves as a result of it? I don't understand. Anyway, I just want to make it clear to us that according to IFA ELA, my ultimate teacher, the ruler of the universe and the planet and the world and everything that is in it, is she, he, because there's no need saying he, because without she, it doesn't take insight to know there's no he. So we mustn't even be afraid or shy or be an hypocrite by saying God is a man or God is a woman. We can't be saying that. That alone is part of the problem that is plaguing the world. God is more than a book, is more than a man, is more than a woman. But if you want to be able to connect with that in a evident form of her practicality, we have to know that is he, she, and her, or is she, he, and her in Yoruba, which is the only language in the world that can actually protect all without any, the real spoken, the one that men carve out to create a problem, like, you understand, really is intention here. Intention is what really matters above all things. Too much language, too much words doesn't particularly help us to protect one another or honor one another. Because for me, if somebody asks me, what will I choose, love or honor? I wouldn't even have to think about it. I'll go for honor. Because where there's no honor, nothing else can move or make sense. So for the purpose or a move forward, because I just don't want to just be talking and not come for the purpose for a move forward. So I'm actually having this conversation with us because IFA ELA has allowed me to do so, and so it is a natural thing for me to come with the purpose of a move forward, so that we don't just won't be talking. So for the purpose of move forward, we need to understand, first of all, that there are 3 types of women. I don't know whether women know this. I haven't experienced any so far, because it's either a woman who will say she's a witch or she's not. That is the culture or tradition that I know all over the world. It's just the way witchcraft is being practiced, the level of how a witchcraft culture is destroying people's life innocently. I think that witchcraft is actually practiced all over the world. But I just don't have clarity as to why in the Western world witchcraft can be glamorized today, but in the past, obviously that's not the case. But now in Africa, it's not glamorized in any shape or form, or sometime in a movie, they can decide to, sometime in some movie, they can decide to, every now and then, to make it look somewhat like a good thing to be. Some people even consider witchcraft as power. I don't know how something that is killing you, killing your children, can be considered a power. Maybe I'm the one who, maybe somebody needs to tell me something, I don't know, because the way this world is run, it's Anyways, for the purpose of move forward. Now, what I think power is, I will not term that witchcraft, because I can only approach things or have clarity about things according to IFA ELA. Universe principle. For a purpose of move forward, there are 3 types of women. You have witchcraft, you have, and I already explained to you what witchcraft means. According to IFA ELA, I am not looking at witchcraft from description of dictionary or what clergyman of any religion would say. So when I say I know there's witchcraft, I need you to be clear about what I'm actually saying. And then, so there's 3 types of women. You have witchcraft, and then you have mastercraft, and then you have EABAs. Now, EABAs and mastercraft are people who heaven and earth has been able to allow them to represent themselves according to the rhythm of life, not what men has made up and not what men has labeled them to be. Because when men label you as something, they will go out of their way. If they can move the mountain, they will move it to make you out or to become that which they have labeled you as. And that, I think we all know, is not that much of a big secret, is magic, isn't it? So how come a woman is an ugly, wicked person, but when a man practices it, it's just magic? Yeah. Never mind. Oh, black magic. And black supposed to be something that is not good, when without black there's no life, because it's from black that light comes. Now, let's do the last 10 minutes of the 20-minute video that I decided I'll start to put together. And the last 10 minutes, I said, it's a comedic aspect of my life, because believe it or not, I love laughter. So therefore, we're going to put in a broken English just for the purpose of the laugh. So the thing with me at the end to say, plenty witchcraft, then they promote to Africa. I think witchcraft is something a person should be proud of. Some people sometimes can decide they want to be proud of it, but the practicality of it is not something to be proud of. Maybe in a movie of some sort, people can decide to make it to look glamorous. But in Africa, when a person is called a witch, it's a big problem. People have been innocently, hurt badly, even children, because then they call the person witchcraft. So I think it's majorly important for every one of us to know that this is part of the problem that is plaguing our beloved Africa, and we have to definitely do everything we can do to make sure we don't label ourselves witchcraft anymore. And from there, it is highly possible every woman on the planet will be able to connect with her mastercraft self. Because every woman, why did I say that? Every woman is able to say, I'm a mother and I love my children, and I'll protect my children with all that I am. That's mastercraft talk. That's mastercraft. A woman. It's conflictual. So please, I'm just appealing to all women in the world to today start to think what witchcraft is, and start to say to yourself, you're not a witch. It's an ideology, it is something that you are branded. You are a mastercraft. Because if there's three types of a woman, which one would you decide you want to be? Do you want to be a witch or a witchcraft person? A yije. That's literally what magic is, and that's literally what witchcraft is. And every mother cares about her children. So why should you say witchcraft go about killing their children or creating damage when the culprits are hiding their face, and then innocent person will be hurt? No. Universe is saying no to all these kind of things that is not making Africa to grow. And EABAs are all there is that makes the world to be a world. They're beautiful, and where they are products. All women are the product of EABAs. Comet men that come from all women that are EABAs. So this is time to you women to decide on who you are, so that people is not going to be accusing you of things that you know nothing of. You are a mastercraft. You are a giver of life. You are a protector. You are not a witchcraft until you decided on that. It's just off. You'll be called a witch. And some men would say to complete their ultimate power, whatever it is, they have to consult with a witch, with wizard and things. It just is a mess. The confusion and the lies that people are carrying around is a mess when the creator of heaven and earth, meaning universe, meaning IFA ELA, makes things just everything to have essence that makes sense. So why are people going out of their way to be creating confusion? Me, I don't know. Me, I don't know. So on the lighter side, and on the community laughter side, there are 3 types of women here, just for the laughter aspect of it. You have a witch, and you have a mastercraft, and you have EABs. I'm asking you men out there, which one would you choose? That is for a man that even believe that a woman is not a witch. Anybody that feels different, of course, you're free to raise up your hand and say you don't think all women are a witch. However, I say if there are 3 types of women, and you have a witch, and you have a mastercraft woman, you have a witchcraft woman, and you have a mastercraft woman, and you have EABA woman. Which one would you choose? For a wife, or for a life partner, or for a friend, or for a business partner? Press the button. Push forward your vote. Register your vote. Yeah, let your voice be heard. Which woman would you prefer to take for a life partner? A witchcraft, or a mastercraft, or EABA craft? ALAFIA to all my family. And I keep all my ALAFIA to myself. It is allowed. Keep all your ALAFIA to yourself as well. Have a beautiful day.